Hi Year 4 and welcome to your next maths lesson on time. Okay, so today it is the 26th of the 2nd, 2021 and our learn objective is to use a 24-hour clock. So pause the video now and write down today's date and learn objective with them underlined. Okay, so yesterday we were learning to use AM or PM to help us to tell the time. So let's review what we learnt. I want you to write the digital time to match the analog clocks below and include AM or PM. So you've got two clocks here and one is for in the morning and one is in the afternoon. So can you have a go at writing what the time is in a digital time? Pause the video now and have a go at that. Okay, so for the first clock, if it's in the morning, we know it's going to be an AM time, and the time is it's 20 minutes to 9, which means it's not quite 9 o'clock yet. So the hour is going to be 8, and then I can count around the clock in fives, if you remember from yesterday, to help me work out the minutes. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So the time is 8:40 AM. And for the second clock here, you can see that the hour hand is between the 1 and the 2, so it's not quite 2 o'clock yet. So the hour hand is going to be 1, and then the minute hand is on the 9. And when I count round the clock in fives, that would be 45. So it would be 1:45, and then in the afternoon we say it's PM, so 1:45 PM. So well done if you got that correct this morning. So we're looking at 24-hour time. So a day has 24 hours. A clock has 12 hours. This means that each time will happen twice every day. So that's why we use AM and PM. We've got 2:30 in the morning on this clock here, which is AM. And then we've got 2:30 again in the afternoon, which is PM. So we use AM and PM to write these slightly differently. So here you can see the digital time would be 2:30 AM and 2:30 PM. So the 24-hour clock. Another way is to use a 24-hour clock instead of a 12-hour clock. So far we've only looked at 12-hour clocks. Today we're going to look at a 24-hour clock. So this means that the hours after 12 o'clock noon, so 12 o'clock is our lunch time, are converted to 1300 hours, we would say, to 2300 hours. So it would be, this is what the times might look like on digital clocks. So it would be 13:00, 14:00, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and then 23. And then when it goes back to 12 o'clock at night, it would be shown as 0000. So a 4-digit format is used. 2 digits for the hour and the colon, and 2 digits for the minutes. So here we can see this clock shows the hours that would be on a 24-hour clock. So you've got the hours from 1 through to 12, and then it goes from 13 all the way through to 24. And here is a table that might help you today to help you convert times from 12-hour clocks to 24-hour clocks. So you can see here we've got the times from 0:00, which would be 12 AM, so that's at midnight, and then all the way through to 11 o'clock in the morning. And then when we get to 12 o'clock at lunchtime, we then start saying the numbers from 12 up to 23. So here you can see the times in PM here. So midnight again is referred to as 00:00. So we're going to be working out a good way of converting between a 12-hour clock today and a 24-hour clock to help us to tell the time on a 24-hour clock. So 24-hour time in the morning. So to convert between 12 and 24-hour time in the morning, you change the format of the clock. So if a digital clock shown as a 12-hour clock would be 6 o'clock in the morning would be shown as 6 dot dot with a colon 00 AM. And then when that's shown on the 24-hour clock, all we do is we put a 0 before the 6. And then you can see that 10 o'clock, 10:30 in the morning is showing the same, 10:30 AM. So the hours stay the same in this case. 24-hour clock in the afternoon. So when we look at the times now in the afternoon, we need to do some converting here. So to convert between 12 and 24-hour time in the afternoon, we add or subtract 12 hours and change the format. So let's have a look what we mean by that. So 6 p.m. is going to become 1800 hours. That's how we would say that. So to convert between the 12-hour clock, so convert between the 12-hour clock to the 24-hour clock, 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. becomes 1800 hours. So 6 add 12 equals 18. So the hours are going to change from 6 to 18. And then if we're changing between the 24-hour clock to the 12-hour clock, we would subtract 12. So 22, just from the hour hand this is. So 22 subtract 12 is 10. So 22:30 becomes 10:30 p.m. So we're going to have a little practice today at converting between 12 hours times and 24-hour times, because there are 24 hours in the day. So we need to learn to be able to tell the time on a 24-hour clock. So let's have a practice at converting from 12 to 24 hours. So here you can see some times, some are AM and some are PM. And to help us to convert the times, we need to remember that rule of adding 12 to the PM time. So remember, when converting to a 24-hour clock, you only add 12 on the times in the afternoon. So those are the PM times, because the 12 hours start, you add the 12 on from any time from 12 o'clock at lunchtime. The AM times remain the same, or you just put a 0 in front of the hour. So let's have a look at the first one together. So 2:45 AM. So this is an AM time. So because it's an AM time, we don't need to add 12 to it because it's in the morning. So 2:45 AM, we use this rule here, we're just going to put a 0 in front of the hour. So we're going to write down the time next to that. So 2:45 AM would be 02:45. So that would be 2:45 in the morning. That's how we would show it on a 24-hour time. The next one, 10:20 AM, that one would remain exactly the same, because we can take away the AM because we know it's going to be in the morning because it's got a 10 in front of it. Now the next one becomes a bit more, this is where we need to start using the rule of adding 12 to convert it to 24-hour time. So 1:55 PM, so it's an afternoon time, we add 12 to the hour. So the hour is 1. If we add 12 to that, it would be 13:55. So 13:55. So you can see that 1 add 12 is 13. So we're just adding the 12 to the hour hand on our digital clock. The next one, 3:05 PM. Again, because it's a PM time, we need to add 12 to convert it to a 24-hour time. So 3 add 12 would be, so we can do 12 add 3 to help us there. So 3 add 12 is 15, so it would be 15:05. So you can see that the minutes on each of these times remain exactly the same. It's only the hours that are changing. Pause the video and see if you can finish off this table by converting the last 3 times on your own. So remember, you're adding 12 to the hour hand and writing the digital time, and you don't need to write PM because it's a 24-hour clock, so we know that these times will be in the afternoon. Have a go at those now. Okay, so let's see how you got on. So 5:35 PM would be shown as 17:35 because 5 add 12 is 17, and then 8:40 PM would be shown as 20:40, so 8 add 12 is 20, and then the last time there, 11:25 PM, be shown as 23:40. 25. So 11 add 12 is 23. So well done if you had a go at converting those by yourselves. Now we're going to do some matching times to the clocks. So here we've got some times on the 24-hour clock here. We've got the time written in words, and we've got a analog clock showing the time. So the first one says 9 o'clock in the morning. We've got a clock here, and we need to find the digital time that says 9 o'clock in the morning. So 9 o'clock in the morning, well, I can already see that this analog clock shows 9 o'clock because the minute hand is on the 12 and the hour hand on the 9. So I'm going to match these two up. And then the digital time would show the hour as 09 and the minutes as 00. So that's the first one matched up for you. The next time is 3:30 in the afternoon. So let's see if we can find a clock that shows 3:30. And when it's 3:30, we know that the minute hand would be on the 6, so here, and the hour hand is just past the 3. So I can match this one up with this clock here. And now, because it's in the afternoon, 3:30 in the afternoon, so if we do 3 add 12, that will help us to find our digital time. So 3 add 12 is 15, and then the minutes show 3:30. We can count on our clock in fives to 3:30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So our time is 15:30. So then our last clock, 7:15 in the evening. So here I can see the analog clock that shows 7:15. And then that time in a digital, so the hour is 7. So 7 add 12 is 19. And then the minutes would be 15, because we can count around our clock in fives, 5, 10, 15. So we've got 19:15 is our time written on digital times. Okay, so let's choose. You're going to choose number cards to fill in the 24-hour clocks of 2 times that match the analog clock. So here you've got some numbers, and you've got 2 times shown, so to match the time on this clock, and we need to fill in the missing numbers. So let's work out first of all what the time is on our analog clock. So here you can see that the hour hand is between the 5 and the 6. So because the hour hand is not yet on the 6, on our digital time the hour hand would be 5. Okay, so the hour is going to be 5, and then our minutes, if we count around the clock in fives, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So the minute is going to be 35 and the hour is going to be 5. So let's start by doing it on this clock here. So we've got 5, and then we said it was 35. So 5, 35. Now, how would that be written? So here is the time, but it needs to be written in the 24-hour clock. So pause the video and see if you can think about using the rule of adding 12 to the hour to write that time as a 24-hour clock. Okay, so 5 add 12 would be 17. So it would be 17, and the minutes don't change, 17:35. So well done if you got that correct. Okay, so let's complete the times here. So we've got some times here, and we need to work out if they are in the morning or in the afternoon. So this says 13:45. Now, because the time is 13, if you remember right back at the start of the lesson, we looked at times after 12 o'clock at lunchtime. We start counting up from 12 up to 23 in the 24-hour clock. So 13 would be after 12 o'clock in the afternoon, after lunchtime. So it would be in the afternoon. So it's 1:45 in the afternoon. Now you've got 11:20 here, 20 past 11. Do you think that's going to be in the morning or the afternoon? And 15:50. Do you think that's going to be 10 to 4 in the morning or the afternoon? Pause the video and have a go at filling in those missing words. So 11:20 is 20 past 11, and yes, well done if you got it right, it's the morning because the hour shows 11, and if it was in the afternoon, if it was in PM, it would show the numbers from 13 up to 23. So the next one, 10 to 4 in the, so this time it's in the afternoon because the hour is 15, and so we know that's an afternoon time. Here we need to put in the missing numbers to show the times. The first one is 3:15 in the afternoon. So 3:15 in the afternoon. So the hour is missing there. So if it's 3:15 in the afternoon, we can add 12 to 3 to find out the missing hour. The next one is 25 to 6 in the evening. So we can work out the minutes here, and the last one is 20 to 9 in the morning. So can you use these numbers and try and fill in the missing times? So pause the video now and have a go at those, and then I'll go through the answers with you. So the first one, 3:15 in the afternoon. So 3 add 12 would be 15, so it would be 15:45 there. The next one, 25 to 6 in the evening. So if it's 25 to 6 here, you can see on this clock, we count round in fives all the way to this number 7 to help us work this out. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So the number missing would be 17:35. And then the last one, 20 to 9 in the morning. Now, if it's 20 to 9 in the morning, it's not yet 9 o'clock. So that means the hour is going to be 8 o'clock. And if it's 20 to 9, we count round the clock all the way to the 8, and that would be 8:40. So 8:40. So well done if you had a go at those times, missing times. Okay, so here's our checkpoint question. So I want you to match the analog clocks and the 24-hour clocks that show the same time. So have a look at the 3 analog clocks and can you match them to the 3 digital times? So you can write down either the times or you can write down the letters that match up. So pause the video now and have a go at matching up the clocks. Okay, so A shows 1:20. So the time on the digital clocks would be 13:20 because the hour 1 add 12 is 13. So the first one, A, equals E. So 1:20 is the same as 13:20. The next clock, B, shows it's 10 minutes past 4. So that time would be 16:10 on a digital clock. So B equals F. So 10 past 4 is the same as 16:10. And then C equals D. So 5 minutes to 7 is the same as 6:55. So if you got those questions correct, you can start on step 2. If you still need some practicing converting between 12 and 24-hour times, start on step 1. So here is step 1 for you today. So you're sorting the times into AM and PM. So make sure you draw the table with a ruler. Here is step 1, question 2 for you today, matching the times, so writing the times next to each other. Here is step 2 for you today. Here's step 3 for you today. And here is the digging deeper challenge for you today. Step 1 answers. Step 2 answers. Step 3 answers. And finally, the digging deeper answers. Brilliant, well done year 4. See you next lesson.